Do you know the best night I've had in the last 5 years is a night that Zoe and I split a bottle of wine, we made a summer salad, and watched chocolat together?
You mean chocolate?
Chocolat.
Chocolate with Johnny Depp.
Chocolat.
You're not fucking French, Pete. It's called chocolate.
Good evening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever, whenever, however you all are. Welcome to Clobby's Comic Shop, issue number 76. Guys, we're almost to issue number 100. We're not going to get into legacy numbering. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. But it's just cool to brag about because we're not going to talk about comic shop talk and then bring that. It's cool for the legacy points. Clobby did it. I support it. But we're not gonna inflate the numbers. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. But how you all doing tonight? It's Saturday night. We're gonna talk some classic comics and who knows what else it'll be comic booky related. But let's acknowledge those comments in the chat. I see. Oh, it's Courtney Phil Shabbat Vols. What's up, Courtney D. Bud Martin, Stephen M. Kellel, the Comic Relief Crusader, Deeple 101. And of course, if you like to have it both ways, you are allowed to do that here because we are dual streaming between here and Rumble. So if you like to have it both ways, you can do that, or just pick and choose your spot where you want to choose to stay in your lane. Either way, it's all good. The choice is yours. All right. Let's see here. I'm somewhere here. I know I'm somewhere here. I am. All right. Let's see here. And we got our dudes here as well. There's Deep on the Rumble side. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's bring in Mr. Pablo. Sir, how's it going?
Howdy ho! Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. I just had some delicious Red Lobster biscuits, courtesy of my 12-year-old. She made them, and they were really great. How are you?
Nice. I have been doing some crazy stuff. For some reason, on the store that I play Magic, they decided to go full competitive, and I'm trying to catch up. Because if you don't have the budget, you need to do the crazy stuff, and doing the crazy stuff takes a lot of brain power, man. So yeah, I feel like it's 2012 or something like that. That's when I was trying to go to the Pro Tours and everything. But it's interesting. It's interesting trying again to measure myself competitively.
And you also had a little bit of a workout earlier too.
Oh yeah. Polly told me a few exercises to do after the surgery, and also the doctor wanted me to walk tops 40 minutes a day. So I started the day that I got the surgery with a bit less of 5 minutes. I was in pain. I was also not really walking. I was more like limping. But no, I'm walking almost an hour a day. I'm doing, at this point, it is 220 different, combined every single weight exercise in the arms. It's 220. So I'm actually starting to bulk up. I have not been in this shape in a long time.
Nice,
dude.
Love that, dude.
I feel young. It's weird to say because, well, it's like 5 years that I was in this shape when I was working on my small farm. It was not a real farm. It's a small plot of land with some things growing, but I had food on the table every single day and I was working every single day the land. So you bulk up really fast on that. Also, you get a bit of a tan because you are working on the sun. And well, this doesn't give me the tan, but the muscles are back. I'm not mad at this.
Sounds like,
It's like winning.
Yep.
just saying. I mean, you're by winning, dude. You straight up are. That's not even up for dispute.
Oh man, the
Yeah.
only thing that I kind of regret is I used to have that fancy dad bod of somebody working the land, and now it's more like, yeah, I'm just chubby. You don't work out the sides that much. You need to. I should do more core exercise. Now that I think of, but yeah, that's dude. It's good to be back.
Hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you had a good workout. Glad things seem to be coming up Millhouse. So
Yeah.
let's acknowledge those faces, extra faces. I see Tim Hayes, Jeremiah Hambry. He says Dr. Favors Strange, DC Marvel, which one's better? Strange. Love them both.
Strange.
Strange. Easy. That's that's just not even close. I love Dr. Fate. I think he's wonderful, great character, but Strange. Gary Ambrosia, sir, how are you doing? Great to see you. And hail back to you, my friend. I hope you are well in the year of 2026, 17 days in. But we got an Ironcaster backstage. Let's bring him up to the front.
Hello, gentlemen.
How you doing?
Wonderful. Pablo, I was kind of reminded last minute there of you were talking about Magic. I just had one particular commander deck I wanted to show off my commander to you for. There's just a
Oh god damn it!
Oh.
I hate you. The other day, I was trying a really nice deck, a really fancy deck that actually is doing its stuff, and somebody played Slivers, the cheap version. I got destroyed. I just got destroyed.
but
God damn.
well, look, I love a good tribal theme for my decks. Like I play vampires. I got a sliver deck here. I'll play knights. I'll play all that stuff just because I like to have a particular theme in mind. But I didn't just come with some magic tonight. I got a Kickstarter. Kickstarter book I backed that just showed up. Now I don't know how well this is gonna show up with the green screen, but
let's get you up. I'm gonna get it up for you.
this was the
Very
Common
toxic.
America X Darkstalkers comic cover. I think this was a. Let me open it up. Actually, I haven't even had a chance to open this up. I just got this.
Guys, he's gonna whip it out live on screen.
Ooh, wait.
And we got to hear. We can hear that. Oh yeah, go on. Unzip a little further. Take it out slowly but gently. Be gentle.
Oh.
All right, boys. Now try to keep it under control in the chat.
We got our trading card has stats.
It's a card.
So Common
Yeah.
I see the boobs are big. Them ass cheeks too.
Oh, you guys are funny. So fucking funny.
No, but this is the.
Now, what is
this
this a new issue or is this a reprint? What's the deal here?
Okay, this was basically a variant cover for the Darkstalkers X Street Fighter comic.
Oh, Tim Seeley was involved with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Udon Comics. Udon Comics. I don't know what their deal is, but it's like they only do about maybe one Darkstalkers book every like 3 or 4 months.
And
then of course, we gotta have that little toxicity there.
Oh man.
And then of course,
what are the odds?
But,
crossover.
Yeah. And of course, Udon's more like ooh la la.
All right, gentlemen, keep it under control in the chat. There's 11 of you here. I'm thankful for your presence, but keep it cool, guys. Keep it cool. Caster's just showing off his goods. Well, from the comic. More goods.
Yeah. Darkstalkers, if you're not aware, is basically a fighting game series that was basically just what if Street Fighter was done with like the Universal monsters, but then we make a bunch of the characters, sexy monsters. We got to have our iconic character of Morgan. Was it Iceland? Either way, she is a succubus.
Melted
But that was
Oh,
that was
go
kind
ahead.
of my that was ultimately my big comic to show off for today.
Okay. Belticop says, my question is, where are the nipples located? Do they not have nipples? I think there's an age-old saying about leaving stuff to the imagination. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know where you guys are at, Caster, Pablo, but that's where I'm at with that.
They are Schrodinger's nipples. They both exist and don't exist.
Wonder if I doubt it. If I had to take a really objective, educated guess, it's gonna be a self-contained Street Fighter movie. You gotta learn to walk before you can run, and we need Street Fighters. They have a lot of characters they gotta get through first before they start. Let's just say milking the cash cow, should it ever become one,
Dude, for a
and do a
second,
bunch of other things. There's a lot they gotta get right first, and I mean a lot over the course of like 2-3 movies.
dude,
Should
you
they go
remind
that
me
far?
to the original Evangelion anime or to the current Ranma and a half anime that you see the boobs without the nipples.
I have
It's
no
all
idea.
cheese, no pepperonis.
What?
Yeah, they actually just give you the boobs without the nipples. They just don't draw them.
No.
It
That's Owen
happens.
Wilson level of wow.
It happens in anime. It's like a level of censorship. They can't show nipples, so they just they can show you the breast, but no nipple. That's why you see that with like, for example, what was it? Ghost in the Shell, the movie, did that. And I'm talking the animated movie, not the Scarlett Johansson live action version.
Yep.
But as far as the Darkstalkers thing goes, I mean, the sad reality is Darkstalkers just doesn't have the same sort of appeal to it that Street Fighter does. And as much as I would love that, we're likely to not see anything Darkstalkers because, well, the last game that came out back on like the PS3 just did not sell.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there you have it. There you have it. Imagination isn't the 1900s. Well, hey, that's just once again, that's just my opinion. So yes, you do have phones, but I'm one of those guys where I'm kind of like a 1 foot in 1 foot out guy when it comes to my modern technology. Things are cool to see, but I don't need to see everything in my life in order to enjoy things. I get why people do, but I've just never been one of those guys who goes all the way in with modern tech. I embrace its strengths, like using this setup here for the show, but stuff like that is, well, it's just not really my forte. So, but that's just me. Pablo, sound like you wanted to say something.
Oh yeah, just with maybe they needed a system like Dead or Alive, Dead or Alive 5 or Dead or Alive 6, that the clothing had hit points, so the harder you hit them, the less clothing they have. Yeah, that was a good system. I enjoyed those games a lot.
Oh, it's great. I love that. No, man. So, gentlemen, before we get into our classic comic book discussions about Spider-Man Fantastic Four, there was a particular announcement that happened. And about that announcement, it's not really a surprise, but it's one of those ones where it's worth acknowledging anyways. It's just one of those things where it's just like, wow, yeah, of course, you're now finally coming out about it, but it's nice to acknowledge. So before we acknowledge that, Tim Hayes celebrates being a mom member for 13 months. That's a year and 1 month. Thank you, sir. Guys, are you ready for some really not shocking, groundbreaking news? Chat. Guys, dudes, more dudes. Are you ready? Marvel rumors ends Eternal sequel hopes. And no one with logical thought was surprised. An insider post claimed Friday that Eternals and Humans, well, because they try to make them like the X-Men, will skip movies or series, echoing a prior scoop limiting Eternals to cameos. Ooh! They have been reduced to cameos.
Nature is
Chloe
healing.
Zhao director film from November 2021 starred people grossing something despite mixed reviews, negative reviews for its slow pace and dense lore. Hardly. Dense lore? That movie is fucking retarded. I wish it was dense. It was many things. Dense was not one of them. Well, Feige said in 2024 there's no immediate plans. Marvel's Phase 6 slate focuses on other characters, and fans remain divided. No, they don't. Some mourning the lost potential. No potential. And it's teases like Harry Styles as heroes. That was DOA, bro. DOA. So I just want to say to that, I raised my glass. To no Eternal sequel. Clobby, if you're out there, this one's for you, buddy. I know you have taken a big old laugh at this one. You would have taken some pride with this one. I can hear Clobby's chuckle miles away from this one. Doing a victory lap. It is just, you love to see it. Cheers.
It would have been a good week for him.
You know, it's okay. This may be one of the good weeks for pop culture in general. First, a couple of days ago, we just heard on the remotes of Naboo somebody screaming, "Misa free!"
Oh God!
And now the nightmare is over with the Eternals. By the way, that's a reference to the edited ending of episode 6 on the special editions. You can hear Jar Jar Binks on the background screaming, "Misa free!" Yeah.
Would they add that in?
No, the Eternals is late to rest.
Caster says
But-
they did.
Yeah. Yeah, wasn't that one of the later revisions they did to episode 6?
I was gonna say that has to be a revision.
Oh yeah. That's no. Then that's the 26, 27, the DVD release.
Yeah, this was the, I think, post Disney buyout updates where we got like.
No. It was on the original DVDs on that era.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
They changed the jump up for another song that is just instrumental, and they go through. Oh yeah, it has to be on the 2006, 2000 something release, because they added a lot of extra stuff, and one of the things is just that they change the ending song.
Yeah, no, it's. I had no idea. I never actually caught that, so that's why I was asking. But that's of course they added that into the later revisions, whichever versions that was. Yeah, it has been it's been a pretty good week for pop culture. That is for certain.
Nature is healing.
Nature is healing. Obviously, there's still a little bit of a meet the new boss, same as the old boss. I'm not going to deny that there's a case of that at Lucasfilm, but I will say it is funny to see Kathleen Kennedy try to do some backhanded slap to people on the way out. It is absolutely hilarious because she's trying to take people down with her.
Think it in other way. what she's doing is not trying to take other people down, is trying to do her "it's not my fault" tour.
Oh,
And
of
part of
course.
that tour is signaling everything that went wrong, but
Uh-huh.
blaming it on somebody else. But here's the thing: there's an acknowledgement finally from the current president of Lucasfilm about the shit that was wrong. She can blame it to whatever. That means that when Filoni comes to power, the guy will actually have some pressure. I don't know if to make things better, but at least to avoid the pitfalls.
Oh,
'Cause, this, don't get me wrong,
that's optimistic. That's very
not
optimistic.
optimism. This is business. If they are firing the witch, it means that and Feloni is staying. It means that they didn't find anybody to take the job because her contract was officially over on November.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
There's no news about anything on renewal or future prospects for her role or anything. That means that, well, they fucked up so much that there's nobody willing to accept millions of dollars
Uh-huh.
to take charge of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
That is,
Mm-hmm.
that is an acknowledgement of, well, we fucked up. We cannot keep her here because she is destroying this. But also, we have nobody.
Oh,
So
well, yeah, they do
empty
got
chairs,
nobody.
empty chairs.
They yeah. Yeah, no, they do got nobody. Okay, for some reason it's not showing up on Streamlabs, so I'm glad I saw it on the YouTube streaming side. But Deeple 101's been a member for 3 months. A huge one at that. Says Keiki is gone, Filoni's in. It feels like the new boss is the same as the old boss. Just picked up Transformers 28 and G.I. Joe 17. Rest in peace, Clobby, and hail chat, and hail you, sir. Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit of that. Could things get better? Maybe. Am I banking on it personally? No. Could it mean business? Maybe. Am I still going to be sold on that? No. However, I still haven't read Transformers and G.I. Joe yet. I will read them. I've only had a chance to read Geiger, which released this week as well, and Geiger is absolutely kick ass at issue number 20. So yeah, I still need to read Transformers and G.I. Joe. I'm looking forward to reading those books. I've been trying to play catch up on my Savage Sword because that's the one book I've been falling behind on. With everything else I've been kind of like caught up on, but Savage Sword, I caught up on 2 of my magazines, and now I'm on number 9. I got till
Nice.
February to get to number 12. So it's like, okay, I can get there. I can get there. But anyways, dudes, let's fucking go. Let's talk about some classic, amazing Spider-Man. Pablo, sir, are you ready to do this?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, good, because I'm freaking ready. Chat, are you guys ready? Are you freaking ready?
They say great art is difficult to understand, but easy to enjoy. Hey, Beavis. It's hard, but it's not like hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The Amazing Spider-Man number 93. And I'll tell you, man, I like how straightforward this issue was. Sounds like... All right, I'm going to turn off Caster's mic. Caster must have forgot to turn off. But, anyways, ASM number 93. And we got John Romita Jr. back on art. I was going to say, first thing, you got a killer cover. You got the Return of the Prowler. And you got a killer cover. John Romita Sr. is back on the art, and it's a very welcome return, even though I was really enjoying the dynamic stuff that Gil Kane was doing. But hey, I'll take more good old Romita. And there's a little bit of side story, but it's not really too side story. If anything, the small side story kind of ties into the main story of what goes on in here. So the Prowler's back. But the Prowler, like last time, he is after Spider-Man, but the motivations are different because he feels like when he was clearing Spider-Man and Peter from George Stacy. He felt like he was clearing himself, but now he feels like I think I got shafted, and now I'm being set up by Spider-Man to look like a bad guy. So he goes after him for revenge that actually isn't revenge, but in his mind it is. And I could see why he would think that, considering he doesn't know who Spider-Man is, doesn't know the context of what happened with George. I get why he's doing this. And also, he's clearly he needed to get out of the house. He was with his lady. They're talking about getting a place. And he's just like, honey, I got to get out, touch some grass, yada, yada. And Peter's trying to tend to Gwen. And she's being told by family, you should move to, I think, London. You should come here. You're safe here. And her and Peter are officially, let's just say, it feels like they're on the rock stage, like the darkest before the dawn. And Peter realizes, oh, crud, this is really starting to go down. I need to make some serious moves. But clearly her emotions are getting the best of her to a point where she wants to be alone. And he decides, you know what, I just need to go and tell her. And as he gets ready to tell her, the Prowler shows up because he sees Spider-Man outside her window. And it becomes basically a fight, just a straight up fight. And eventually, there comes to be an understanding as time goes on of what is, the going on with Spider-Man, the Prowler, the George Stacy stuff. I was like, okay, this actually, everything about this, I freaking buy. But it was cool to see. The action was good. Prowler looks great. He's using his experience now to his advantage because he now knows a little bit about Spider-Man. But even though he's more experienced now, he still has some rookie mistakes he makes. And it goes to show you, even when Prowler still had some skepticism, Spider-Man still does the right thing and brings him to a hospital. And with that, I thought, oh, wow, that's actually, once again, perfect. Hopefully, when Hobie awakens at the hospital, you realize, holy crap. If, Spider-Man really wanted to, kill me or beat me up, he would have done that. Instead, he dropped me up for a place where I could be, taken care of. And his lady's there. She's happy that he's alive and well. He's got some stuff that he's got to answer for now. So he just walked out of the house. Not like in a bad, breakup or anything. But, it's like, hey, you leave and then shit goes wrong. What the hell is going on type of deal. And Peter realizes, oh, crud, I need to get back to Gwen. She's already headed on the plane for London. I just looked. It is for London. I remember correctly. And he, goes through the Spider-Man route and he fails. She is on the plane and off. I liked how fast this issue was. Now, I could see maybe someone would say, man, we're not getting anything with Peter and Gwen. I feel like we actually are. I think this issue is hinting that we're finally going to get it. We're just giving Peter a little bit of extra hurt before it happens. It feels like we are getting some serious momentum. The Prowler action was really good. I buy his perspective. And hopefully, he will come to his learning of the real deal of what's happening, at least to the extent that Spider-Man will let him in on, should they ever follow up on that. And man, talk about being in quite a bit of a doozy for Peter. That fact that Spider-Man truly is the bane of his existence. I love that it's everything he does revolves around Spider-Man, and it all comes back to. I thought it was cool to see him do that. Then realize, okay, I can't play around with this shit no more. I need to tell the truth. If I can't get him moving with me, I at least got to do this. So I'm curious to see how he's going to respond to the plane. Is he going to hop on? Is he going to call her, the family, somehow get the number, beg her to come back? I don't know. But I'm really curious to see. I'm really curious to see how Hobie Brown gets followed up. I had a lot of fun with this issue, and it felt like we're definitely seeing a lot of movement within the 90s realm of the issue numbers, whereas the 80s was kind of like, there's some entertaining stuff, but we're kind of like bouncing around. Will we not? 90 issues and 90s are like, okay, we're doing shit. We're just going to run into a few speed bumps along the way. Pablo, sir, where are you at with ASM number 93?
Dude, is an intense issue. The fact that Romita is back for the Prowler is really significant
Mm-hmm.
because this is an issue, one, with a bit of foreshadowing of something that happens later, but also they are finishing a storyline that we thought was only filler a few issues ago. That is,
Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, I could definitely see the tissue there, connective tissue. Yeah, go on.
yeah, they actually shows a bit of those scenes because, well, it was not a good received, well received comic. But yeah, remember the Prowler faked being a Spider-Man to try to convince Gwen Stacy and her father that, well, Spider-Man and Peter Parker were different people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just play as a bit of a joke, something without any meaning
Yeah.
until now, when, well, the Prowler thinks that Spider-Man is actually a killer and he's out just as a vigilante, as a hero. And it is weird because, remember, he started as a kind of villain, but not really.
Uh-huh.
And now he's trying to be more of a vigilante. In the future, he will be more of a bad guy, but how, why? There are some explanations that we are still missing.
Mm-hmm.
Still, it's good to see the Prowler as this kind of this week's hero, and even Spider-Man does that comparison with Iceman. Last week I had the Ice Cream Man, and now I have to deal with this guy. Both of them are after me because, well, they think I'm a killer. They think I'm the bad guy. And yeah, is Spider-Man being the one in the position of the bad guy, and bad guy that we kinda know is the good guy in this situation is a good issue.
It's
The
a great way to play off the concept of misunderstood. This feels
Yeah,
like a great way of doing it because you can understand why probably would genuinely see this all as a misunderstanding considering what information little does he know.
there's also the heartbreaking part of, Peter actually loses Wendy here, and yeah, some people will think is a better choice, and that will help them. This time she flies away. Next time she flies down.
Oh, Pablo, that's like a year away. Don't worry about that. For
Yeah.
now, we still got her.
Yep. But it's funny that from this issue you can take that, yeah, the waving is a bit slower than a person falling at terminal speed.
Uh-huh.
So if somebody's falling, yeah, Spider-Man is not that capable of catching them unless he's really close.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
won't be a problem later, right?
You know what? I actually really like this issue.
I
Because I feel
agree
like
strongly.
this
Yep.
it brought in a lot of good kind of repercussions of recent issues. This felt like a good natural continuation to everything we've seen so far, where we've seen Peter kind of forced the Prowler into taking part in this stuff, and Robbie's
And you
now
can't
like,
blame him. You buy why
no,
he would see it this way. We were saying that while you were gone, that we could see why he would feel this way. We totally get it.
oh, exactly. That's what makes this such a good follow up, because now the Prowler's like, oh my god, have I just aided and abetted this criminal? Like, I mean, eh, he he had to go play Spider Man. He saw them there, so he feels so close to this, so tied in that he can't help but feel like he may be in part responsible. This is the flip side of the Peter coin.
How about having John Romita Sr. back on R for this issue? He freaking crushed it, man. Crushed it. And we get him for another issue, I think, to my knowledge, the issue after as well. So it's good to have Romita back on board for some issues. But, dude, I love how this issue, like, it was really about one main story, and a little bit of the second story involving Gwen kind of ties more so into the main story. So it kind of is mostly one story this entire issue, which I thought was cool. Like, it felt a lot of things are moving, and though it felt like the weight of everything Spider-Man and Peter Parker are going through is really weighing down on him heavier than ever. And the Prowler stuff was really well done. The fact that it tied into when he first appeared to then covering up for Spider-Man, and this issue once again just showing you, like, every issue, like, you can read them on their own, but man, do you really benefit from the whole picture of having all the experience of knowing what Hobie Brown's been through in these issues. And I feel beneficial, like, having read this. Like, I could have read this and still understood it, but there is that extra rewarding thing to know we have that added context, and man, it's so great.
No, for real. It's an issue you can easily read on its own and enjoy and appreciate. And like it's an issue where I can't really come up with any reason to give any negatives. This is
I can't either.
I don't want to say it's a 10 out of 10 issue, but I will give it 5 stars.
Yep.
I could see that. Yeah, I'd at least give it a high recommend, 9 out of 10, 9.1 out of 10. It's a high recommend. It really is. I really thought this was a strong issue, and it was great to see how even the outcome of it too. Even with Prowler's added experience, he's still at the end of the day, he's still new to the game, and we see where he makes a rookie mistake, even though he has a better idea on how to fight Spider-Man. He still has his shortcomings, and the fact that Spider-Man is now showing to him, hey, if I really wanted to, I could have left you, stranded or hurt you or killed you, and he brings him to the hospital. I can't wait to see how Hobie reacts to that into the future. It's going to be cute. It makes me think, hold up, was he telling the truth when he said he had nothing to do with it? Because if that were the case, would he have brought me to the hospital? I'm curious to see. You know what's interesting too is they did all this interesting stuff, and this is for you, Pablo. Guys, they did all this great stuff in this issue, and somehow we didn't get one appearance from J. Jonah Jameson.
Yep.
That's an accomplishment. You got to think about that. Not a single panel, and yet this issue was incredible as it was. How do you do that? And that's tough. A classic Spider-Man issue. No JJJ, and it's killer. Absolutely killer. Because JJJ will always elevate. Always. By default, just elevate an issue. Not one panel. Not word. I don't think he's even spoken of in this issue. Crazy, right?
It was. And now that I'm thinking about it, like, I can't think of much else in the way of, like, Peter's other supporting cast. Like, we get a flashback panel where we see Mary Jane and Osborn.
Mm-hmm.
Harry?
Yes, thank you. How did I forget Harry? Where we get to see them sort of in the background. It's like not even like in the current time, but they're just sort of kind of covered up. They're just kind of squeeze them in here, but that's it. Like, it's all happening in current time, and we get a little flashback where they're just barely there. This is a story all about the Peter and Gwen stuff.
Yep.
In fact, it is one purely about that relationship and about Gwen.
By the way, don't feel bad about forgetting Harry. Canonically, even his father does.
I did not need to almost drop my glass from that, bro. I did not need to almost do that. Boy. Well, guys, I'll tell you what. It seems like we're all in unison on this issue. That is a really strong issue. Definitely feels like one of the strongest issues, not only in recent times, but also of the entire run. Feels like this has really picked up a lot of steam since the unfortunate death of Captain George Stacy. It feels like they has really picked up some traction. Even with some of the complaints we've had along the way, the traction has really, really elevated. Yeah, Doggo wants attention. Yeah, right? No kidding. I can't wait to get into the next issue. And guys, I don't know if he'll make it to England or if he's even going to try, but we do know he faces off against the Beetle next issue. That is my first ever Spider-Man villain I was aware of. and that was because of Spider-Man and his amazing friends. That was the first ever episode I saw. It was where
That's
they
awesome.
faced the Beetle. So I have a little, like, I guess you could say, extra fond nostalgic memories of that. Oh, Spider-Man's one of his enemies is the Beetle. Of course, I learned later on that he's a much lesser known villain, but it felt cool to know that that was my gateway villain. So before I read a comic, my gateway villain was the Beetle, and then after that, my second villain I was aware of was the Chameleon because of my reprint from ASM #1. I think it's from a KB Toys. And then, of course, I got some adjectiveless Spider-Man issues. And then all of a sudden, the animated series hit, and I learned of the Rogues Gallery and off to the races. But man, yeah. So the Beatles got a special place in my heart. And then we do get more John Romita Sr. on art for the next issue as well. So cool to that. Badass. Gentlemen, shall we transition to the Fantastic Four number 582? I'm just saying. It's kind of a big deal. I'm just saying, guys, we got to do it. We got to do it because it's kind of a huge deal, you know? Kind of a huge deal. All right. So let's freaking get it going.
Keep it gay, keep it gay, keep it gay. Keep it gay, keep it gay, keep it gay.
Fantastic Four number 582, legacy numbering. Jonathan Hickman on the writing duties. Of course, we got Mr. Edwards, aka Neil Edwards. I was going to say John or Neil. Pencils. I will say this is his best drawn issue, and I think it helps that he had minimal kids to draw. It was mostly adults and also monsters and big architecture. So for all the complaints I've had about his art style, this issue is the least of any problems. I think it was because of those particular things. So, Caster, sir, I'm gonna let you lead off with Fantastic Four 582.
Yeah, no. So this is we're finally getting into some build up to what has been one of the big pivotal things that has kind of been hanging over this run from Jonathan Hickman here, which is going to become very apparent in the next couple of issues. But starting off the bat, we get some crazy fights with like the Anachronauts, which I had never heard of until reading this. I was like, they're like some weird collective of like just random weirdos that I think the High Evolutionary had and are now just kind of on loan here with this variant of Reed Richards' father. And yeah, they're just a bunch of weirdo dudes that are kind of crazy. I thought the fight was a lot of fun. We get to see like Doom being Doom before he's Doom. Yeah. Before Dr. Doom was Dr. Doom, he was still Dr. Doom.
Yeah, oh, I love it. I love it. Also, did you notice how when you look at the cover lures you in how we know Ben Grimm and Doom to look, but we get them in their way. It was a smart way of deceiving the customer without being too deceptive.
Right. Not only that, even with the cover, I kind of like the costume they gave to Reed's father because it has a sort of kind of throwback look to it as well that feels appropriate.
Agreed. No, agreed. Now, how about the fact that this issue is one of the most straightforward issues of this entire run? Despite the last, 5-7 pages, I guess you could say the first 60-70% of this issue is a straightforward encounter, with this evil Nathaniel and how epic and badass it is. And it shows you how formidable he is. Also, we get to see that early cockiness of Doom. I mean, I really enjoyed seeing Doom in action side by side with Reed and Ben and the other Nathaniel.
Yeah, and it is a rare treat to get to see these two legendary, adversaries fighting side by side. And
Uh-huh.
even in this situation, as rare as that ever is, getting to see it here is certainly a treat.
Yeah, agreed. No, I was really happy with this issue. Even like once again, even though Edwards has been one of the more lesser artists of any story we've done, how do you feel he did on this issue compared to others? Do you feel like it was better because he had less kids to draw, or where are you at with Edwards on this issue?
No, it definitely helps for not having much of anything in the way of the kids, except maybe at the very end. I gotta flip back through it again to kind of double check, but I
Yeah.
don't remember any of the kids.
Well, we technically have a version of the
No.
kids from the future as adults, but no actual current in this timeline of this issue kids.
One thing I actually really did enjoy this one was the letter section was just Jonathan and Franklin talking, and that was a bit of a fun bit of like kind of in universe type of stuff with just like an uncle and his nephew talking.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay.
But
Good. If you go and finish your thought.
I mean, there's always kind of the big build up where like what the heck's going on with like the B plot of this one, and it's this crazy thing where Valeria is telling mom to like relax, everything has been set in motion, and you have to have hope because ultimately Sue is the one who has to hold it all together
It
for the
got
family.
dark. It kind of even unsettling. I was like, bro, this is taking a really dark turn with the way she was wording it was like made it feel a little creepy. I was like, bro. And then you see what Franklin is doing to the other Nathaniel. I'm like, what is
Yeah,
on here? Is this like a heel turn wrestling style here? What is going on? Now I'll let you finish the rest of your thought, and we can move over to Pablo. It sounds like Pablo's ready to stand
Uh,
up. Go ahead,
no,
Caster.
Pablo, what'd you have there?
oh, sorry, I was just munching on some.
Oh,
Yep.
Munch,
But
munch.
no, go ahead.
dude, I will say a few issues back, I was ready to just drop it because it was getting a bit boring. It was getting a bit convoluted and everything. But it- this issue was really good.
It was one
It's
of the
really
best
solid.
ones of this run so far. It really
Action,
was.
yeah, the action is crazy. That moment after this conversation when the Nathaniel that wins goes, Doom, do as you do, and it's just, yeah, he knows that he's a killer. He's a natural born killer. That's it. You don't need to explain anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that you feel like the combo of Franklin, his sister, they are, well, Valeria feels really shady, really evil-ish, but Franklin feels really evil. And the way that they are presenting this is, yeah, we are throwing you into hell, and we need you, mom, to keep us together because this is going to be horrible.
It took a really dark turn from
Yeah.
action packed badassery. It felt like we were getting a lot of payoff to what we were getting set up in the last issue. Lots of action, lots of Doom, lots of Ben moments, lots of Reed moments, Nathaniel moments. We had a great father son moments. Very sci-fi too. Very Fantastic Four. I was like, okay, we're really checking out the box. We're having the family elements. We're having a darker side of the family. But then we had that once again that heel turn. I'm like, bro, this is getting really like kind of spooky, man. I'm like, there's more to us. I know there's more to us because
Mhm.
with Fantastic Four, nothing's ever that simple. But I was shocked that we were able to take a deep cut team from the 90s comics, which I admittedly have never read. I've never even heard of because I looked at them. They were created by Mark Grunwald and Herb Trimp, I think his name's pronounced. They created the Anachronauts. They created them in the early 90s. They put them on an annual issue. So shout out to Jonathan Hickman for going for a deep, deep, deep cut from an annual issue and throwing him in here for this story. That once again shows you, he did some genuine research for this run, and he was factoring everything happening before his time on this book. So I was really surprised how intense the action was too. Really badass. I really love the playoff between Reed and Ben and Doom. It was really killer to see. But man, that conversation between Valeria and Sue, bro, I was kind of second guessing myself. Am I reading this right? Am I doing this wrong? It freaked me out. I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked at that. But man, I had a lot of fun with this issue. And even though it's the much lesser artist of the two, it was his best art of the series thus far. And it was definitely one of the best issues of the run thus far because we had a lot of movement and yet we sprinkled some really heavy seeds for what is to come for what feels like up to Secret Wars 2015.
Well, that and the teaser at the end of this issue is a build up to, as they're teasing, the beginning of the end for one of the Fantastic Four. And just to kind of put things in context, at the time, this was an issue that they were building up to, that one of the four is going to die. And so there was all this build up to it. It was the black bag treatment for the comic. So you would get that comic in the black bag. I think I still have a copy of it in package. And it's just got the black package. It has 3.
Oh wow.
When we get there, I will dig my copy out just so I can show you the black bag for it.
Nice.
But it was one of those issues where it's like, oh, we have definitely gotta get on that. And it's like, what the heck? Who's gonna die? And at the time, it really felt like we really don't know what's going to happen. And you gotta stop, think about everything we've seen up to this point, everything that's been teased. It's like we've had all the Atlantis stuff, we've had the Inhumans, we have whatever's going on with Ben Grimm and this potential cure for him, where he can change back to normal once in a while. It's like, well, if that's the case, then that would even mean he could be vulnerable during that time. Something could happen to Ben when he's not the Thing.
Yeah, it was crazy to see how Ben handled that fight in just armor that he thought was suited to him, but not the actual real deal. He took some beatings, man. He took some beatings. I was actually kind of concerned. I'm like, oh shit, this is getting scary. It was tense. It was tense. This issue really felt like it was a greatest hits of sorts. You had the sci-fi, you had the family, you have the action, you have the story moving forward. It felt like a greatest hits of all the elements that make a Fantastic Four issue, but thrown in a brand new issue. So I really felt like it was a greatest hits package of original ideas. I think, gentlemen, we've all three had our say, unless we want to say any final thoughts on Fantastic Four.
It was a solid issue, man. It was really straightforward in the intent. They wanted us to distrust these characters. They wanted us to have a bit of sympathy for Nathaniel. They wanted us to be kinda unsure why the present does not coincide with the past, and now they are explaining that they are traveling through time and changing everything. And okay, why?
Yeah, why indeed, dude? So okay,
it is interesting. It is interesting that they're kind of building up the older older Franklin. It's like in this issue, he really is coming across as kind of a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. At the same time, they're like, "Oh yeah, things are going to get bad," and this whole idea, this whole plan we're working on is actually Franklin's idea.
And I feel like there's definitely got to be some to it. Because obviously, Franklin Valera would be more better meaning kids. There's clearly something to this. There's going to be, we don't know what though. Could be some other multiverse. Could be the kids under something Doom set them up. I don't know. This feels like it could go a million different ways. But I can't believe they actually have me interested in how what's going to act
Yeah.
way out of character.
There's this bit that I found quite relatable, quite human, and I actually think that's a really good way to give us just a bit of light on these characters, so we don't fully think that they are evil. And it's when Valeria says to Franklin, "You are my favorite hero," and he goes, "No, mine's still the Human Torch."
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I thought to myself, huh, I wonder if they're trying to like toy with our emotions here. Like, are they all there? Are they not all there? I want to know. I really want to
It
know.
it felt like a good callback to about an issue or two ago,
Mhm.
where they had the adventure with Arcade, and at the end of it, Franklin goes from saying like Iron Man and Spider Man to the Human Torch.
Yeah,
But
no,
even
it
on
really did.
the birthday issue, he wanted Spider-Man to be there.
And remember what Johnny said. Spider Man sucks.
Yep.
Ah,
Well, at that point, yes. This is after, yeah.
all right. Well, dudes, chat, guys, we got an hour to roll. Just talk and shoot the shit on comics, but we're gonna do another one because why the hell not? To all you fine gents in the chat, thank you for being here. Salute.
Salud.
Mm. Ah. Ah. Yeah, so by number 583 of Fantastic Four. Next week we'll have now Steve Epting on pencils. So there's a changing on the guard. And from what it looks like he is the main penciler going forward. So he'll be taking the place of Dale Eaglesham. And the arc is called 3, as obviously Caster mentioned some bits about that earlier. So we're definitely feels like we're going to be moving to some really heavy territory coming up. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. So that's going to be absolutely killer, absolutely stellar to be having some fun with. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be absolutely bad ass. What are you thinking, Caster?
Oh, I was just thinking, it that once we do kind of wrap up that, it might be a moment to consider putting a little pause on the Fantastic Four with sort of a big monumental moment and
Sure.
swapping in another book for a bit.
That's something we could consider. Absolutely. Yeah, I would not be opposed to that. I don't see really why not, if anything. Why would
And
we say no?
and as far as I'm concerned, like I feel like, of course, I gotta go back to one of the classics, one of the favorites. It feels like a moment to stop and ask, X-Men.
Sure. What do you want to talk from X-Men?
I mean,
what do you want us to talk about from the X-Men?
and I
Sound
mean,
off.
realistically, I think there's there's two ways we could go about this. We stick with Spider-Man as the main book we cover, and then we use sort of our second issue to talk about some other, like, either some short runs or maybe some other little one-offs to kind of have for a topic. That way we can kind of have a little bit of variety. Or
Sure.
we swing for the fences. We go for the Chris Claremonts.
Whoo, man! Do we do that? How do you start? How do you finish? I mean, I might have another kid by that point.
Wait, Claremont, are you talking about
That
Uncanny
big,
or?
long,
Oh,
huge
Uncanny.
run.
Ooh, okay. You
You'd
know
have to
what?
like pinpoint a specific spot
All right,
because
Yeah,
yeah,
it is
let's
good.
say we let's say we how about this? We'll cycle out the like sort of our second comic with like maybe some short runs. So we'll do like say 5 or 10 issues of this or that, and then we can kind of keep a little variety around, and then we can still work in some other stuff while we still swing through Spider-Man.
oh yeah, I like what we have going with Spider-Man. I want to go FF to a certain point that it feels like the right time for us to jump off before we could eventually dive back in. It'll make it feel like more of a proper weight. But having X-Men would be fun though. Holy crap! It's just man,
All right,
where do you
so
start?
if we're going to do it, I think we need to go with was it giant size annual #1.
I like that. I like giant size #1. Okay, okay. I
'Cause
can roll with that. I am aware of that issue.
yeah, I just want to make sure I was citing the right issue there. But
Oh,
that I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure you were.
but I mean that is essentially like that is the reset point because just as a little reminder,
Uh-huh.
basically every before that, X-Men had kind of been around as sort of a C-list team, and it did while it's you know it's iconic, it's essential, but reality is just there's a lot of that original run you could ultimately skip, especially
Uh-huh.
if you want to just get up to what most people see as sort of the place for X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Uh,
still enjoy Angel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
oh, don't get me wrong, Angel's fantastic. You know that there's the fun of Bobby Drake, Hank McCoy. Those are all great. But I feel like if we got to do this, let's go for the fences. Let's go for the big one. And I think we might have to we might have to play with the thumbnail a bit for this. I feel like we gotta put the X-Men, you know, in their proper place for it.
Hey, I'm not opposed.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't
opposed.
disagree.
If anything, let's freaking go. That's what I'm at with it. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. I'm all down for that. I love everything about that. I love it. I love it. No, for real
Because
though. I really do.
there are so many crazy issues that have come around with X-Men where like there was a period in which basically every single villain, it feels like basically had some level of respect or a thing for Storm. Like I think at one point Doctor Doom and Arcade and
Dude, dude, the moment you see her walk in front of you, you respect her for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
she
Mm-hmm.
Storm is legitimately one of the best X-Men characters.
I just need to learn why. I just need to know why she is. Don't just tell me. You gotta show me.
I mean, let's see.
Just saying.
So far we've well actually come to think of it, we did touch on the X-Men and Teen Titans crossover.
And
Yeah.
we
Oh,
did
dude, that was killer. That was really
Man
killer.
Kills also. So
That was
What was that?
so good. Seriously, that was so good when we did that. I had such a blast doing that X-Men Teen Titans crossover. My God, I felt like Jim Ross. My God, what a crossover! What a hellacious night! It felt like one of those things. It really did, man. It was so freaking badass. I freaking love.
we did X-Men God Loves Man Kills also few months ago.
Oh, many months ago. It was fantastic. We did
Yep.
we also did the Frank Miller, Chris Claremont story of Wolverine. The minute that one art
Mhm.
that Miller did the pencils and he had someone else ink his stuff, and his art looked
Yep.
that much better when he was being inked by somebody else. I had this
Although
conversation with Drew, who's part of Weird Science Comics on YouTube and also part of Wes's Comics Aficionados. And we were talking about that because we were on Thinking Critical a few days ago, promoting one of his books, and we were talking about how like an inker can really make or break a great penciler. And I always say one of my things was Frank Miller's best pencils are when he's not inking them and it's done by someone else, like Joe Rubenstein or something.
When we talk about anything Logan that is not strictly X-Men related, I think there's a big distinction there because the character takes off in a lot of ways, especially 90s up to when they had to kill him on 2011-ish. Do you remember that they even had that page?
I'm aware of
Logan.
what they did. I just
Yeah,
wouldn't read it.
There was
I read it.
there was there was a website called iswolverinestilldead.com, and it was just like, yes, he has been dead X number of weeks. Someone kept this thing up and kept it updated, and I think they used one of the Ultra Fleer trading cards as sort of their little piece for proof of like, oh, here's
Yeah.
just kind of a. I think it was him with like, hot dogs on his claws.
Yes. They were grilling with Cyclops. It was
Wow.
it was really fun that they kept up with the page and everything, but Wolverine became bigger than the X-Men. Also, he started somewhere else. He started on the Hulk, so that's something to point out. But even if you think, okay, but he's a mutant and everything, a lot of solo adventures, a lot of things that didn't matter for the X-Men in general, while you had the X-Men going without him, or with him just in some points of the team and everything. The X-Men is about the team. It's about that part of the Marvel universe, no matter who is in the team at the time, because well, the team has changed a lot. And I mean, last time I tried to count, there has been like
Don't try to count.
30.
You'll exhaust yourself.
Dude, there's like 3 characters that went for 5 issues at best, and they were part of the X-Men until they didn't. But there's some bangers that don't even need Wolverine on them.
Well, there's actually a few of the little omnibus little 2 or 4 issue miniseries that would even be kind of fun to go through. Like one of the ones I had a lot of fun with, for example, was the Nightcrawler miniseries.
Yeah,
Which is basically just him off in like a Looney Tune land.
Wow.
Like it was like a little bit of Looney Tune with like the Pirates of Darkwater. If you ever watched that show.
I had the Monkey Eagle thingy. I don't remember the name of the character. I still have him.
Okay.
And, let me just, because the thing is, let me pull up some images here just for a little reference for you. But
Sure.
I mean, this is essentially Nightcrawler, the character, which the movies have never given us a proper version of.
Oh, I've seen this cover before. See, I've never read this, but I recognize this cover.
Because I mean, that's what it is. Like Nightcrawler was this character who basically he grew up. I mean, yes, he grew up in the circus, but he loved Errol Flynn. He as for as much of the Catholic guilt as the character has, he's also the swashbuckler. He's swinging through the air with the grin on his face. That is a character who is just having fun. He's gonna, jump the shark.
Quite literally.
You kind of make me want us like talk about this for an episode. Maybe when we do like one of our detour episodes, maybe where we have like a comic guest, maybe we could like throw this in as like a part of the episode to do as well. I think we could do, because I do got some guests lined up that I'm talking to. One of them has a date locked down, maybe we can throw this in. I'll even ask the guest if he wants to participate on this part. So yes, guys, we will be having some guests as well, to promote some cool books, guys that I believe in. But and they're also guys who are fans of the medium. And I'm sure if I brought this up to one of our guests, he'd be like, "How could I not want to do this?"
So the best part about this too is basically Nightcrawler gets literally teleported to another world where
Uh-huh.
it is essentially a bottle episode comic series. So you don't really need to know much about like what's going on in the comics to be able to just have fun with this story.
Oh, dude, this looks like such a fun time. Seriously, this looks so fun. Oh man. I'd say this is inevitable. That's all I can say. This is inevitable. We have to do this eventually. Like within the next few months, actually. Like not just inevitable, like the next few months. I'm gonna talk to one of the next guests I have lined up. I'm gonna see where he stands on this. If you would like to partake in this conversation too of it for the same episode, if he's cool with it, we'll do it for that episode. I'll fill you guys in on it. Okay.
And also,
Because
so
he
you
is
know,
an
Nick,
X-Men guy, so I'm gonna ask him.
this was a David Cockrum comic.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm aware of the legend Dave Cockrum. Respect and shout out to the legend Dave Cockrum. Obviously, a guy who's definitely has many of ties to the X-Men franchise throughout the years. No, dude, this seems like something we just have to cover, and we're gonna work our way into this one. We're gonna figure it
I
out.
like that one.
Oh, dude, it's such a great cover. I love all the colors are all the covers are killer, but this one's just that's a cover you put on like a hardcover or trade paperback for the story. That's the cover. It looks like very inviting. It looks like, hey, come on in here and have a damn great time. You're gonna love it.
I
Ooh.
guarantee it.
Andy says Bizarre Adventures has a cool Nightcrawler, a cool Iceman story, a cool Phoenix story.
I will look
Ooh.
that up.
Yeah. Look it up, get it up, show it up. I'd like to see what you got to present. Because that would be killer. Very. Oh, that's a nice cover. Oh, dude. Oh, whoa. Oh, bro.
A couple things I like with this one. One, I love how this looks like the old like VHS slipcases.
It does. It does look like a VHS slipcase. Oh, that's funny. Dude, it does look like a VHS.
But also, if you look at his leg there, you can see Jean Grey's through Iceman's. I think that's such a neat little touch.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I can see that. Yeah, dude, that's killer. Hell yeah. See? That's fucking art, man. That
Okay, so this was
is what
published
I call
in
art.
81. How have I never seen this cover before?
It's just one of those things, man. There's always something you haven't seen, and this is the case for that. This was the damn case for that. Man, he really turns out nice. Yeah, I'm sure he was straight in this issue too. I'm pretty sure of it. Bendis, my God, what the fuck was that man thinking?
A bit frigid, but yeah, straight.
A bit frigid. Oh, you guys are killing me.
I'm looking at some of the issue numbers. Like, what are all the other covers like? Some of these are just as good because this is Elektra, and it looks like the Night Jam was it Night? It's not Spelljammers. It was Cyclops' space pirate father.
Nightcrawler and the Vanisher. Say that again, Caster.
Oh, on the right there, the green guy looks like one of the aliens that was involved with so Cyclops' father is basically a space pirate. Yes, yeah, and thank you, Andy. The Corsairs.
I like how Elektra's on this cover. She's wearing her red outfit. When Elektra was Elektra, and she didn't need to be Daredevil in order to be badass. She was just Elektra Nachios. Imagine that, Marvel! Imagine that!
You know, and that's ridiculous. That's the ridiculous part because like they're so keen to like finally start giving us some comic accurate costumes. Like you look at what's going on with the X-Men, it's like, okay, but why couldn't we do this for like Elektra? Why can't we get this
Yeah.
for all the others now?
Yeah. It shows you they could have done it the entire time. They simply chose not to. That's
Okay,
all
so
that it was. That's all that it always was.
so apparently as I go through these, I've come to realize that they weren't all just Marvel superheroes because so here's the Elektra in 28. Number 20, take a guess at who's in 29.
Daredevil.
If your answer was in fact Stephen King's The Lawnmower Man,
Whoa!
you'd be correct.
No, I was far from it. Far from it. My goodness, dude. Where did that come from? I mean, dude, how was I going to get that one? How was I going to get? Come on. Let's be reasonable here. How was I going to get that one? There was just no way, no reality. In what world was I going to get that one right?
I'll tell you what,
Wow.
let me make that up to you, Nick. How about a little toxicity in 33, 31?
Sure. Who's she? I have no idea who the hell she is, but okay.
I think her name is Dr. Death.
Dr. Death, so is she like the Mistress Death?
The problem is like the wiki has almost no information on this issue aside from like here's a couple of characters in it. There's no plot synopsis. I have nothing on these characters.
Uh-huh. Well, I just have no freaking idea. I just have no freaking idea. What should I do?
Believe
I
it
can
or
bet
not,
you the kids that were buying this issue,
Or boys
they
who
were packing as much as her.
they're boys who became men.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of starting to love. I'm loving more and more of these covers as I'm finding them because 32 just goes full heavy metal.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Look at that Thor.
Man, that's so
Man,
awesome.
that is so freaking badass, dude. I love that. It's killer. It's really killer. I dig it. I dig it. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. We gotta do it. I love that part. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hot dog, man. Straight up. It's good shit, dude, that Thor cover. It really is. I mean, it's so iconic posing, too. Just having the lightning come down the way he's like bent backward. I was like, fuck, dude. I can
Ride the
feel
thunder, oh
how-
father.
Ah. Woo. Thor. What a great character once upon a time. Remember that. Remember.
I remember.
I remember. Yeah. I remember. I remember.
Remember when they didn't try to like deep penis Thor?
Dude. Just
I remember.
absolutely retarded shit, man. Seriously, just absolutely retarded shit.
Why do they keep doing that kind of stuff?
I don't know. You know what? Let them. I'm beyond at the point where I'm just saying, if that's what you want to do, hey, you choose your destiny. Go all in, man. You don't want to learn. Okay. I
Sometimes
accept
it's
your
funny.
rules. I accept your terms and conditions. Go ahead and do your absolute worst for all these things.
Sometimes it's actually really funny because it shows
It is funny.
the reality of their mindset For example, do you remember when Miles Morales was every single character on the MCU?
I remember.
On Marvel in
I remember.
general. So
Oh,
it
It,
was Thor, but Asgard was a ghetto.
I like to call that series "What if Miles Morales committed identity theft?"
oh man,
It was
totally
funny
was.
as hell. If you think about it, yeah, in that moment we were angry because they were printing a lot of shit. But at this point, it's funny as hell.
It
You
is
gotta
funny.
admit, it has aged into a comedy that you cannot even imagine possible.
Oh, I'd agree. I'd strongly agree. It is turned all of it has turned into a comedy. Marvel now is there. It's funny how they brought back the Ultimate Universe only for DC Comics to come in and make their own equivalent of it called the Absolute Universe, only for DC to outsell the crap out of it. Grant, I don't really read it. I don't read it. I've read one issue from the entire Absolute Universe, one comic of one story from, and I thought to myself, okay, I can see why this is outselling the Ultimate Universe. I can see why at least. And like, at
Oh,
the shop that I go to, I actually go to a different shop now since my buddy's shop of 30 plus years closed down. But the shop I've been going to for a few months now, like, I talk to guys, see what sells, and Absolute Universe is doing very well. It is doing very well. Now the main continuity DC, not really. Like Batman sells because he's Batman. Superman sells okay. Aquaman and Green Lantern have some fans thanks to the goodwill of Jeremy Adams. They could be a bit higher though, from what I've been told. Could be a bit higher. Hey, I'm trying, man. I love Aquaman from Jeremy Adams. It's killer. Mm. But the Absolute Universe is going on almost a year and a half. And it was just interesting to see that they came up with their version of the Ultimate Universe, and basically they just put Marvel out of business, and they're basically putting up their out of business sign for their Ultimate Universe. Yeah, Marvel's abandoning it. Yeah, it
Yeah.
will have amounted to no shit. I was like, of course. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at it because I remember saying, yeah, a lot of my buddies are really like the Ultimate Spider-Man, but give it a few months. Give it a few months. And then I check on my buddies. Man, the comic art looks pretty good. It's cool we got the family of Peter and MJ, but nothing's happening in the story. And then funny enough, it's from Jonathan Hickman.
oh,
And then it'd be a year in, and I hear someone what made my boy say, yeah, this is a whole year of issues, and he's basically been the costume for about 25% of the issues. What? What?
what a waste.
Insane. I'm thinking to myself, this is not interesting. And then my buddy Wes from Thinking Critical has been ripping on the Ultimates, which is the Ultimate Universe book of the Ultimates, and saying they had some bad idea for an Absolute Black Panther, an Absolute X-Men, where they try and make it a manga, where it had no X-Men until like five or six issues in. So they just absolutely did everything wrong.
Well, I mean, the point is, you got to sell people. You got to hook them in. You can't just solely stretch out and say you're gonna buy it because it's X-Men.
Yeah, yeah. And Stephen M. Kell, yeah, I know it's funny. Now, when you mention Absolute Superman, I know at the shop I go, it sells okay as far as compared to the Absolute books. And yeah, it sounded, yeah, it doesn't sound like something I would buy, admittedly, or unshockingly, if anything. But I could see why it's an alternate universe take as well. I'll put it that way. It has its fans, put it that way. And usually it seems like from what I've gathered, the people who are buying it are the Absolute Universe completists. So I will say I respect the game of, okay, I want to buy into the universe concept. Okay, you know what? Not my type of thing story wise, but I get where it comes from. You're investing in the universe, you want to go all in. Okay, fair enough. Shockingly, Absolute Martian Manhunter seems to sell well. Um, Absolute Flash and Green Lantern both seem to be for the completists, like Absolute Superman. Now, the two Absolute Universe comics that sell very well are Batman and Wonder Woman. Those two sell very well. The funny one is the Wonder Woman one is written by Kelly Thompson, of all people. And it sells. And not only has her single issue sold, the trades of the first 5 or 6 issues have sold. They have to restack the shelves of it. I'm not joking. Not joking at all. I read the first issue of it out of morbid curiosity. And put it this way. I gotta admit, I enjoyed the story. Shockingly, from Kelly Thompson, of all people, I thought it was a really cool story. Now, I have some complaints, though. It has nothing to do with very different take from Wonder Woman and Ultimate Universe. Actually, that's not it, because what they're doing makes sense. The art is not good at all. It reeks of something that I'd read in a young adult story. The funny part is, the guy who does it has some really great layouts. If he just like did the basic layouts and then had someone finish his pencils, you could probably have some really great art in there. Just have this guy do the layout and have a guy come in and finish the rest of the pencils, and it would save the style. This guy, his complete finished pencil style is awful. His name is Hayden Sherman. It's not good. It's not good. But when you look at some of the pages, and they're like, okay, there's some pretty dynamic spreads here. Okay, cool. But man, that young adult art style does not fit the story. It does not. It really does not. Now, I can't believe trust me, imagine a world where I'm giving Kelly Thompson credit. She's writing something that, if there was a great artist, I would actually read more of. Admittedly, I would actually read more of if there was a great artist, but the art is that standoffish.
So, Nick, let me ask you then: if you were going to recommend one, maybe two of these Absolute Universe books, which ones would you recommend at this point, just based on what you know or
Well,
what
that's
you've
the
read?
only issue of this entire universe I read was the first issue, so that's all I could recommend. So I've not read anything else because I don't buy. Outside that, outside me buying Aquaman now for a year for my first DC comic in half a decade, which is a year in, and I'm enjoying the hell of Aquaman still. That's the only one I've gone on my way to read and go back to. Aquaman is great. I would just say, hey, if you're going to read DC Comics and nowadays, go read Aquaman. Go read Aquaman. It's badass. It's fun. Very fun. And Arthur Curry is getting the proper treatment he deserves. But as far as the Absolute Universe, I read Absolute Wonder Woman #1. It was good. I'll admit it. It was very good. Just that art sucks. Sucks. Why? They couldn't get someone who does like Nordic style art, someone who draws stuff like Conan. They just couldn't do that. Why? Why? If they had someone who was a good artist on there, it would really say, okay, I would read 2 DC books a month. Straight up, no bullshit. I would. Because I know that Absolute Wonder Woman sells and people genuinely like it. And I would say, you know what? I'll join that. I'll join the club. But I can't stand this guy's art. I can't. Now, from what I've gathered on Absolute Batman, from what I hear, it seems pretty united. It is big, dumb fun. Don't think about it. Just go with it. You know what? Okay. If I were to be into that concept, I get it. I'm not interested in it personally at all, but I can see why it's selling. And on top of it, you have a name who was already attached to Batman from over a decade ago doing it and being really invested in it, promoting it like crazy. And it does so well. Apparently, it's selling in the near 6 digits, if not 6 digits. Like, apparently, a lot of shops, from what I hear from the Chicago region, it does very well. Absolute Batman. Once again, I'm not interested, but hey, if it gets people buying 6 digits of sales of comics in, great. I'll put it that way. Hopefully, someone who's reading Absolute Batman, like, hey, Ooh, what's that Flash Gordon book? Ooh, what's that Conan the Barbarian book over there from Titan? Ooh, 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 ooh. So that's all I'm hoping for. That's the optimist in me, hoping that they're gonna seek something out. Oh, hey, what's going on at that Dark Horse of the Middle World, or Ghost Machine at Image, or the Energon universe, like with Void Rivals? Oh, that Void Rivals looks good. Oh, hold on. Void Rivals is in the same universe as Transformers and G.I. Joe? Well, suck me sideways. I need to get into that. That's what I'm hoping.
The big winner is Transformers.
Oh,
If you
God, yeah.
think at
And
the
Kirkman's
moment,
now 4 issues in. I still have to read the newest one, but I got to read it.
but if you think about it, at the end of 2020, the big thing outside of Marvel and DC was the Ninja Turtles with uh, it was Last Running that was coming out, and everybody was hype and everybody was interested, and they wasted that potential. But
Take care,
Transformers got
Toback, on the Rumble side. Take care, Toback. Go enjoy your barbecue. Carry on, Pablo.
Transformers basically ate everybody's cake. The only one that I have seen that actually managed to stay in conversation not as long and not as prevalent, it was Conan.
Yeah, Conan
And
still
outside,
does well at the shop I go, like the previous shop I went to for a long time. Conan carried over. Conan did carry over.
You know, one thing I'm noticing as I'm looking through the list of books for next week,
Mhm.
I am seeing a whole lot of facsimile covers, facsimile books of like we're re-releasing Civil War issues, we're re-releasing issues of the death of Superman. It's like so
Mhm.
we're getting all kinds of stuff kind of in the mix from just all different
no,
eras.
it makes sense.
Mhm.
Think about normally nostalgia comes in waves after 20 years. We are just getting 20 years after Civil War. So
Uh-huh.
we are the
Uh-huh.
point at, yeah, basically we are a few weeks
Uh-huh.
from the anniversary of the death of Spider-Man.
Also, I'm also just to also point it out, like some of the issues like Transformers number 22 is getting second printings. Like that
Oh
franchise
yeah.
as a whole, everything with the Energon universe has been getting reprints with variant covers. You're seeing all kinds of different Autobots, Decepticons, characters. We've seen various Cobra enemies all winding up on these covers, and they're selling. The point is, some of these are going to like third or fourth reprints.
Yep. Also, that's cheap. You may have to pay somebody to rework a bit because of the quality of the printer or because they are using this or that color format or whatever. That's cheaper than sending an artist, a colorist. Somebody needs to add the letters, obviously, and then you have the need for a writer.
Uh-huh.
People are starving enough to buy something old really easy.
Uh-huh.
Think about how many kids there are that want to get into the comic book hobby because they see it on the TikToks or they see it on their Instagram reels or whatever, and there's somebody showing this comic or this toy or something from old times, and
Mhm.
they want to buy it.
Mhm.
But you need nostalgia for that. Sadly, the things that are coming right now will not hold that much nostalgia and they will die really easy. But Civil War, uh, it's it's getting traction.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
will
as
happen
it
with a
should.
lot of, yeah. From that era, you will see a lot of resurgence. I'm still waiting for a resurgence on Hellboy, but
Well, hey, give it time,
the
man.
movies suck.
All right, so Jonathan Conroy, what's up, Bryce? Said the Arlen cover is better than the interior. Yeah, I'm sure they probably have a good cover artist. They probably do. Conan is still selling out of my comic shop. He says, yeah, Conan's doing well. Flesh Gordon, it's received well by the people who are reading it. The problem is not a lot of people are reading it, but it's one of those. It's got a committed following. I could easily just be like, yeah, it's doing great because I love it. Well, the facts are the facts, but hopefully more people come around to it. What was I gonna say? Ghost Machine does pretty good. The only complaint about Ghost Machine is people say there's too many delays with Rook Exodus. That's a book that's got the really good art from Jason Fabok. And you know what? That's a valid argument. Jason Fabok, even when he was with DC, he was never a fast artist. He was always a guy who had delays, but people always say, what comes out, it's worth it. But delays can hurt a book, man. That's the thing. It doesn't matter how good your book looks. Yeah,
Yes, momentum.
people like the momentum, especially if they're kind of in the mindset of comics where they need to be able to continue to have frequency. It's just one of those things where it doesn't matter how good your art is, you got to have that frequency. So, but people like it, but luckily they have Redcoat and Geiger there every month to balance that out to make up for it. So, hey, good on them for that. Okay. And Andy says, are you doing MegaCon? Sorry, buddy. I will not be at MegaCon. I will be in Houston, Texas that same exact weekend. I wish MegaCon didn't fall on the exact same weekend, but I had already made prior plans booked. So I hope we meet again the next year or after, because it would be great to see you once more, but it won't be in 2026, buddy. I do apologize. I really do.
So I thought it'd be kind of worth looking at what's all coming out next week, just so we can kind of see if there's anything that does sort of stand out. Just if for no other reason than what's a good cover. Also, because I'll be honest, I have no idea what's going on with Marvel Comics right now. I have been so out of the loop there. It is
shit.
Oh, same
I
for
have-
this team, man.
Yep, exactly. It's outside of the couple issues of Aquaman, I have no clue what's going on with Nightwing and the Circus, or what's going on with the Titans. I got nothing.
Dude, it's one of those things where I can't even get myself to care about the universe either. That's another thing. You can't get me to care. You can't get me to care.
If anything, I'm kind of more feeling the vibe of I want to go back and read some of the back issues. I want to see the DC that I kind of know from both the stuff I watched on TV and the few issues here or there that I read, back in the 90s, the 2000s. That's DC to me.
For what I see on the screen, that Spider-Man and Wolverine cover looks really like the Marvel versus Capcom video game art style, so I like it.
I think that's what's his face? I gotta recognize that cover. God, who is that guy? Style. I recognize that style. Can you go down? It's gonna bug me. Doesn't say the cover artist. No, it just says pencil. That's not Gerardo Sandoval. Cover Carrie. I knew it. Carrie Andrews. I knew it. I'm like, man, I recognize it was Carrie Andrews. Okay, I knew I'd seen it before.
Yeah, the only problem that
Carrie
I see with that,
he should have done the interiors on this issue, not.
It reminds me of when they did the Spider-Man Deadpool comic where they made some weird amalgam daughter of the two.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking at this thinking, is this just that again?
Because she has the clothes of X-23, but she has also
it's a really weird body layout, because it's the hands are in the front, and it's those are the feet up in the air.
Yeah, she's walking on her hands that have something that looks like webbing.
That said, I don't hate it, because it reminds me of the way those late 90s comics would sometimes get drawn. I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of liking it from that perspective, but not necessarily the character. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at Wolverine's chin. Like the
Uh-huh.
way he's depicted there, I like that.
Spider-Man eyes. That's what caught my attention because on the Marvel vs. Capcom video games, they make them that expressive, that big, and it feels really nice. Not when you are having a serious tone story, but when it's more playful and more uh, energetic. Having Spidey with big eyes is really, really good for
Oh
the art.
yeah, I agree. Strongly agree on that.
Arachnix
Uh,
attack. The all-new villain, Arachnix, deploys his sinister scheme. But how can Spider-Man and Wolverine combat a villain who outclaws the Wolverine and outspiders the man? Are Logan and Peter dead
Outspiders.
already?
Uh,
We had to get that out of the way.
Current
course.
day, it's that means that well, they
The
are
answer is no.
going to get whooped by a strong woman.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nick? Little dead Daredevil Punisher?
You know,
Oh, man.
I know Jimmy Palmiotti's writing it. He is actually a good writer, and he can definitely be, let's just say, irritating to people who follow him on social media. But is he good at keeping his crazy out of the comics? Yeah. My only complaint with Jimmy Palmiotti as a writer, as I feel like all his characters become instantly way chattier. That's probably my one constant flaw. There are some characters who are chatty Cathys, and that's fine, but he applies that to all his characters that he writes. I feel like he kind of dumbed it down when I read the first issue of Blue Falcon and Dynamite, thankfully. But I feel like you could have toned it down even more so. He is very chatty with his characters, and Daredevil does not work with that. And now, if I had to take an educated guess, I'm sure it's readable. I'm sure it doesn't suck. I'm sure it's decent. I would not be surprised if it's a decent story. It's just his issues, his single issues, take a long time to get because his characters instantly become chatty Cathys. And it's not like they're all throwing quips. They're not. It's serious dialogue. He understands the meaning of comics. He knows what he's doing when he's writing these things. It's just dialogue on top of dialogue on top of dialogue. And I feel like that, once again, that works for certain stories and certain characters. I'm fine with that. But for Daredevil and the Punisher, those are characters who, unless Matt Murdock is at the court hall, the fewer words, the better. Punisher, especially on Punisher. Rogue, yeah, I can see her in a moment since Rogue's on screen. I'm just using it as convenience. Yeah, I can maybe see her at moments of being a chatty Cathy. Spider-Man, too. I really can. But Daredevil and Punisher,
No, it needs to flow
Punisher should
just
be
on
a
action.
fair. Punisher should be pretty quiet. He's there to
Yeah.
get the job done.
yes, it should be about the job and really not much else.
No, but there's issues of Daredevil where the Punisher appears that is just the fight,
Uh-huh.
and you can feel the flow of the fight, and that's it. That's everything there is. It works. Sometimes you don't need all the quips, all the jokes. You just need a solid action piece. And
Yeah.
those two characters are perfect for that. Don't waste it. Don't make them talk too much.
No.
They
you
already
don't
know
too much.
the differences between their ideologies.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure knowing Jimmy, he'd probably have some good like idea to tackle that probably has not been beaten to death, and that's one thing where I'll be fair to Jimmy. Maybe I'm wrong and someone's right, and he does retread ground, but if I had to take a very fair guess, he probably did cover either something that has been done or have a new way of touching on something that has been done before, but from a different perspective or a fresh spin on it, whatever you want to call it. I do trust him in that regard to do something like that.
That Psylocke art looks like AI, to be honest.
The thing that was drawing my eye with it was the title, the way they drew the Psylocke. It feels like something out of what was it that
Cyberpunk.
no why can't I think of the company?
I don't know. Why
I am
can't you
having
think
all
of
kinds of brain
company?
farts.
Are you having rock and roll McDonald's?
Rock and roll McDonald's.
Rock and roll McDonald's.
Oh, that's what it was.
Rock
It reminds
and
me
roll
of
McDonald's. Go ahead.
It's reminding me of like something out of Antarctic Press. Like I think
Yeah.
they have a something like a ninja high school comic.
Huh.
JT, what's up, dude?
I mean, it's not bad drawn. It's not. Is that plasticky feeling that you get when you use. God damn it! How's that model? The one that Facebook released a few months ago. Is that?
Oh, I don't
Is
know.
that feeling of everything is round and the light comes from everywhere? There's not an actual source of light that works because, well,
Mhm.
the blade is supposed to be the source of light, but you don't see any reflection on her thigh, and you don't really see the shadows work how they should.
I think this clear. I recognize the style. I think I don't know the name of it, but it's a cover artist who tends to do strictly covers. And this cover artist, and it's always kind of been a style. This is before AI was really like taken off, so I recognize the style. Just couldn't put a name to it.
I hate to say it, but it kind of looks like they make Psylocke kind of look like she's made of silicon.
Yep.
Like she should be, she should be one of those real dolls.
Yeah, basically is that. That's why I say this feels like, if not
Who's the
completely
cover
made,
artist on
at
this one?
least uh
We have Derek Chu.
Derek Chu. Okay, that makes sense. I've seen this style before. I don't hate it, but I'm not really wild about it either. It's just kind of there for me.
I want to like it. I really do, but it just
I bet you
something not
do
quite-
want to like it.
Mhm.
I bet you
Oh
do.
yeah.
on the thumb. You can see
sure.
a bit of it's supposed to be a shadow, but it feels like he covered another finger
Mm-hmm.
on the blade on the thumb. That yeah, is weird, man.
But yeah,
No?
just kind of as far as it all goes, it's a bit of a dry week. It looks like yeah, there's
Uh-huh.
some things that are a little curious.
Uh-huh. My
Unfortunately,
curious.
I dropped Witchblade, and that has like that darkness. So there's a couple of the image books right there. I'm not picking up.
Yeah, there's literally I checked. I have literally I think I just have Red Coat. That's it. That's the only thing I have.
Like I didn't realize this was they were on Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the 3rd series.
Who's writing this one?
Ryan Parado.
Ryan Parrott?
Yeah, thank you, Ryan Parrott.
Okay, he's okay. I remember he did Power Rangers for Boom Studios a few years ago. It was pretty good. I gotta admit, I was actually really enjoying it. The more I think about it, I was enjoying it. So I guess they got someone decent for him writing it. And TMNT Battle Nexus, who's writing that?
Dude, there's a huge push for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Magic. There's a set that is coming out now that has nothing to do with the Ninja Turtles, but they are so ready to launch the Ninja Turtles set that they mistakenly sent the extra cards, the price cards that you get when you go to a pre-release from the Ninja Turtles set. So everything they didn't want spoiled, well, the set is out because they gave it away.
Wow.
Because
Fact.
even
It's
if
like
the
Pablo.
printer is priority.
Here you go.
Yep. These are coming out on a set that is not supposed to be. Is Lorwyn, nothing to do with the Ninja Turtles, but nope, they fucked up.
Well, I
They
would say
want this out.
if they were gonna do Turtles, I feel like it would be a good time to do them with Kamigawa,
Yeah,
just because of like ninjas, so that way you could at least get that as a keyword.
and obviously is a lot of wokeness. April O'Neil is
Yep.
black. There's a lot of shenanigans going on with some of their characters, including one that looks like trans. But the point is that this is not a collaboration that came from Wizards of the Coast seeking the collaboration. This is a big push for marketing for the Ninja Turtles.
Well,
Yeah,
they
I'm really
need
not
to
surprised.
push more TMNT because they have less properties at IDW, so they're just trying to milk TMNT now for what they're worth.
Well, I mean, Pablo, on that Magic front, like you kind of can't blame Wizards of the Coast there because these crossover sets just make stupid amount of money. I hate to see. I'm not a big fan of seeing all the crossovers with that for the game, but the sad fact is, people want to buy the Deadpool card. They want to buy the Avatar cards. They want the Final Fantasy cards. Like I'm not gonna lie, I would probably see about picking up a couple of them. Like I'll be honest, I want Emmett Selk just because I like FF14.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna big in him really quickly for that.
Actually, let me get rid of the keyboard. I will turn on the camera in a minute. And
Sure,
I can
I'll
open it.
bring you down. Oh, he's gonna whip it out for us, guys. Yeah, take it
Give
out.
me a second.
I want to see it. Show it.
I have
Good.
to do something else before. Wash my hands because I don't want any oils to.
That's
in
what
the
she
cart.
said. He has many oils.
Indeed.
Of course, he's got oil. He has to take into account for it. I think I heard him come out of the closet. Did you hear that correctly?
I did.
Yeah, Pablo came out of the closet, guys. Tom Cruise, please come out of the closet. Tom, please come out of the
Remember,
closet.
kids, if you are going to sell something really pricey in the future, maybe, because I don't know if I'm keeping this forever, wash your hands before and use protectors because, well, you want to keep everything in the best condition possible. Also,
Wear protection.
hands well dried.
And Pablo, when all else fails, just play Sliver Queen.
Okay.
And Biggin.
And vegan. Indeed.
Moo. And Biggin. Yeah.
Okay. Flawless. Nice.
No, magic opening ASMR.
Yep. I love the art, man. I just.
Pablo, can you flip that over for
Oh.
us? Thank you. Eddie the Judge.
Yep.
That's nice.
Dude.
We just gotta see him for the art, and it's always better to see it in person.
I don't
Me?
want to. Oh, give me a second.
Oh, you're good. Don't rush yourself. I see. The thing's named Brave New World, just like their album Brave New World. This is the first album back with Dickinson back in the band from 26 years ago. Killer.
Oh, dude. The other day I had a really terrible thought. This will be worth a lot when he's dead.
Oh God, yeah. Derek Riggs, the artist.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, dude always made masterpiece after masterpiece.
Okay.
And Brave New World was actually his last cover with working with the band. That was his last one he did working with Iron Maiden before him and Maiden parted ways. That's a collaboration. I'll be seeing Maiden and Megadeth in September, which, by the way, as Pablo's saying this, guys in the chat, Thursday early evening / late afternoon, we'll be doing a live stream on ranking the albums of Megadeth, all 16 albums. If you somehow don't catch it, won't catch the replay, I will move it over to a video on the Bonded by Metal channel. So if you miss it, then you'll have a second chance to catch it as a video. So Windfall looks nice. Looks like
Look at
it's
this
something
art,
from
man.
somewhere in time. I like it. I dig it. I really dig it.
Dude,
Of course, he's got to have the important part here. We gotta wrap those. Gotta throw those penny sleeves on him, Pablo.
Oh, dude, I already knew that if I was opening this, I'm covering every single one of them. The quality of the art is great.
So good, yes. I like that whole and of course they had like Eddie Goes to the Navigator. That's actually a song from the album Brave New
Yep.
World. I think it's a second or third song on the album. It's in the early part of the album. All I know is that's cool. Oh, I
Okay,
love it.
just let me put the condom on this one.
Yes, wrap it up, dude. Make sure it's nice and tight on there.
Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
Yeah, no glove, no love, bitch.
Dude, this is the card that made me buy
Fucking, it's Nekusar.
is Nekusa. Dude, I love this card.
Oh yeah.
It's a great card, a solid art. I love the flowing red in it for the cloth there for Eddie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the skeletons carrying him. The faces and everything. Oh, it's a beautiful card. It's such a beautiful card.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It looks so
Um,
nice. I think a Lord of Light is actually because it was on your last card. I think that's from A Matter of Life and Death. I think that song is.
Man, this is the titular card.
Oh, that's nice. Got a bit of like a Frankenstein feel to it.
Yep.
I like that. Artifact. Yeah, it does look like you uncovered an artifact. You uncovered a Frankenstein Eddie. It is a Frankenstein Eddie. At least it looks like it.
Dude, and the effect of the card, I love it because it hurts you for existing, basically, for having a lot of resources. So if you wanna have them, you're gonna pay with life.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this condom is a different one. It goes
Ooh,
sideways.
look at that. I could see the shine on your hands from your wrap protection.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh
Burns.
yeah. You have a really smooth hands for sliding that in too. I saw that. You did that
a
with
lot of
delicate
practice.
care.
Okay, these two will go into normal sleeves because I don't have more of these for Spurs, but
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
There it is.
Whoa. Woo! Smoking.
I love the art of these cards, man. I absolutely adore the art of these cards.
Hey, as you should. You know what? That looks like something Irene Strakalski would have made.
The artist is Dan. Actually, you can read it there.
Dan Mumford. Yeah, I recognize that name. But Cassie, can you see where I could see it being something Irene would have done?
I think so.
because definitely looks like something. Even though it's not her, I knew it wasn't, but it looks like something that it's just handed. Hey, can you do something for the band Iron Maiden? And I feel like that's how it would look like if she did. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks
And
nice.
this one,
Yeah.
I didn't need
Ooh.
coming on the package. So this is a nice extra.
Ooh, you got a big old bonus in your hands. Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Also,
Howling
the art
God.
is killer. And by the way, this
Yeah.
was foil, so yeah, it looks incredible.
Oh, dude, it looks killer. You kidding me? It looks very killer. I like it.
I didn't
Ah,
knew I was getting a holding mine. This makes me really happy
hey, as it
because
should. As it should, man. It looks so killer. Seriously, it looks amazing. I'm just saying.
there you go, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Dude, is that hey JT Gerd, that is diabolical.
Oh, dude.
Oh man, too good. Oh, dude. No, you did good.
By the way, this pack cost me like $65 because
Worth it.
obviously getting it to Ecuador and the guy that sells them has to make some money. Right
Yeah.
now, the pack is going for like 140, and
Wow.
yeah, for the concerts, it's going to be like 300. So, yep.
Wow.
Obviously, I chose to play the cards rather than have the money.
Oh, it's probably worth it in the end. I
Yeah.
mean, look at those
It was
cards.
worth it. It was worth it.
Oh, Windfall is going to my Azula deck right now. I'm not even joking. I will be leaving that card on that deck as we speak. Because, yeah.
All right. Well, dudes, we're gonna get on moving. It's been good. It's been real, but it's time to wrap it up. Iron Maiden condoms aside. So, that all said, chat, thank you for being here. Nice, good old chill session, Showtime, talking classic ASM and Fantastic Four. We will start next week a half hour earlier. So it'll be 5:30, half hour earlier show. And we'll still do a 2 hour show. And that will be great. So looking forward to that. And next, so yeah, half hour earlier start, and then Thursday night will be the Megadeth album ranking on this channel. Toxic Tuesday will be the Octagon from Chuck Norris. But for those who don't catch the Megadeth albums ranking, I'll move it over to Bonded by Metal as a video, and there will also be a review out for the new album that same day as well. So you get two Megadeth punches in one. And I'm finally following up on that Star Trek TOS. I'm gonna do this is gonna have to do something I have to do case by case in order to pull this off because I've had to really think this over. I'm gonna have to do a season and maybe take a month or two off and then go back to for a second season and do a different schedule because my schedule is very flimsy. I'm gonna do for season one. I'm gonna start doing Thursday like 11 a.m., 12-ish, around that range for season one. And then if it seems like some people like, I'll take a month or two off and come back to season two. Maybe I'll stick with it. Maybe I'll move on from it. I don't know. But all I know is I'm going to take it season by season, see where it goes. And, whoa, my goodness!
Yep.
Monty Montgomery for $20. Monty Montgomery 23. Wow. Woo! That is incredibly generous. I had no idea you were hanging out here, but thank you for an insanely generous amount of money. I extend my gratitude to you, sir. Thank you. Hopefully our show was worth your time for that because that's That as Eric likes to say, that ain't cheap, man. That ain't cheap. So thank you very much, sir, for the $20. That is incredible. Respect among Monty Montgomery 23. Hope you're having a superb Saturday night, sir. I'm trying to think of what else is coming out. Yeah, I guess that's it coming my way. Casser, Pablo, before I let you guys plug your plugs, thank you both for being here. It's been fun. We had a great week where both the comics were both equally kick ass, which is nice.
Yeah.
One is better than the other. This week, both were all guns blazing, so that was nice for a change. And thank you guys for being here, giving your time and your contributions and your thoughts. And Pablo for his Iron Maiden condoms, and Casser for his comic toxicity. So, Pablo, do you have anything you want to plug on the way out?
Not right now, but dude, there are some good comics coming. So people, if you want to hang out here and you want to enjoy the talk, it's going to be a blast.
You're in for a treat, folks.
You
Oh,
heard
yeah.
the man here first. He's speaking nothing but truth. Yes, Pablo. Yeah, we're gonna have some shakeups here with some of the comics. It's gonna be great. We got guests coming up, and they'll be announced as soon as I'm ready to announce them as well. So there's gonna be a lot of fun this year. 2026 is gonna be really killer. So Clobby's Comic Shop will go into issue 100 and beyond. We're not gonna, change it to a different name so we can have a new number one. We're gonna continue this number. There's gonna be no legacy numbering either. This show's always gonna be called Clobby's Comic Shop until the day we decided that the show's run its course. Pablo, thank you for being here, sir. Thank you for your Iron Maiden condoms. Caster, you're the last man to plug your plug.
Yeah, so Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, we do the Mech Pit chat where we talk about big robots. So be it from Transformers, Beast Wars, Gundam, anything, just about anything out there that's kind of like right up our alley. And who knows, we might even go a little off course as we get into the woods here or there. But aside from that, I think here in about an hour over on Snow Doves, we have the was it Comic Collision or the Cotton Council is on a bit of a hiatus, so it is actually now the Tuck and Roll show. So anyone could stop by there. Like I might stop by there, and I don't mean my roommate.
Oh, whoa, what? Not even your roommate?
Interesting.
Oh.
Well, I might be there for 5 minutes until he kicks me out and he tuck and rolls me to the door.
Okay. Now we're coming back to reality.
People
But
want Charlie.
If I can make one recommendation to you guys on the way out, do yourself a Deeple Mech Pit chat is on my channel at Ironcaster. So youtube.com/Ironcaster. We are also on Kick, and I think I stream it on X as well. But the Kick is a little weird situation. I will be sure to get the link for that out there for people who might want to check me out over there and give me a little support on that side. It's like Common Caster. Like I for whatever reason I lost my Kick account, so I had to make a new one. But
wow,
if I can make one recommendation to you guys out there, if you love some sword and sorcery, you love your Conan, then do yourself a favor and go watch the 2025 Deathstalker.
Oh, is it that good?
It is so good, my friends. Like we have that toxic like protagonist like energy to it. It feels like something you would expect it out of like the 80s.
Dude, you heard
People
the man
come on
here,
by.
folks. Guys, sub to Ironcaster if you somehow haven't already. Make that correct. Like I said, either YouTube /Ironcaster or just go on my description. His channel it's tagged there. It's right there for you. And once again, shout out to Monty Montgomery 23 for the insanely generous $20. Woo! Incredible. Thank you, sir. Guys, chat, thank you all being here. YouTube, Rumble, Deeple, Toback, D-Bud, Steven, JT, Jonathan Conroy, Andy, Gary Ambrosia, Brad Young, Melted Copper, Tim Hayes, CRC. Guys, thank you, D-Bud, Jeremiah, thank you guys all for stopping by and giving us your time. You all have a great night. Go hang out in Snow Dub with the puppets. I'm gonna get on to enjoy my night with the children. This is the end of the show. Thanks for hanging out, but the bar is closed. Get out of here, everyone. Goodbye, good fight, and good night.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell